Hi. So here we are at the Cable and Wire show in Dusseldorf. It's a trade show every 2 years specific for the cable and wire sector. And this year we've got a wide range of new products for cable and wire, and we're just going to do a very quick overview for the benefit of those who aren't attending the shows. So first off, we have the Maguire batch blenders, the WSB series. WSB series are very popular in many different cable and wire applications. And typically 9 series through to 140Rs, 240Rs on side layer lines. Batch blender, obviously fully gravimetric control for things like catalyst, XLPE, master batch, additives, etc. On from that, at this wire show we are also showing the new WXB series. WXB series being X for extrusion, and the major addition to the standard blender is the loss and weight feature. So as always, we're building the batch fully gravimetrically, working out the percentage of each component that's required. And then what's new with this series is the mixed chamber is cantilevered on load cell. So in this way, back there you see this red covered area. This is covering the load cell, which is monitoring the loss in weight from the mixed chamber. So in this way we're able to monitor the gram per second into an extruder and very accurately thereafter control the process. Okay, so that's a significant change. Now, in addition to here, you'll see this red pack here. This is the Maguire Syncro Extrusion Control box. And this fits to a WXB or a WSB or an LIW. And as you see here, with a loss in weight, a 25 kilo loss in weight, the system is now able to integrate with all the components of the Maguire Syncro Extrusion Control platform. In this case, the extrusion control box here is mounted onto the side of the LIW25, and then here we have our extrusion control interface, and this interface can be either positioned on the red box or directly on the OEM extrusion panel, and that allows you to set all the process parameters, be it the settings of the blender, the settings of the MGF in this case, all integrated into one location, and then able to set the line speed and the kg per hour and the gram per meter of a particular product, of course in this case cable and wire. So here in this case we're integrating with the MGF also, so that we can seamlessly control the whole package from one point. Okay. Finally, the next area that we're talking a lot about at this cable and wire show is FlexBus. In this case we have the FlexBus Lite, which is where we have integrated materials loading control directly from the blender. And FlexBus Lite again is the ability to be able to show, to control up to 9 receivers and 1 vacuum pump. And then likewise here we have the full FlexBus system, where you can control up to 5 vacuum pumps, 5 vacuum groups, and up to 48 receivers per vacuum group. And this is increasingly becoming popular in cable and wire, where people are looking at starting to centralize their materials handling requirements instead of working individually on each line. The next big extension to the range is downstream control and measurement with Maguire Syncro. Starting off at this end, we've got a range of new products that we're launching at Cable and Wire this year. The first one is diameter control. There are 3 models in this series, and it's monitoring the diameter of a cable, wire, or tube or pipe. And in this case we are looking from 0 to 30 millimeter, 0 to 60, and 0 to 100 millimeter. And this is comparable to other people in the industry who supply this equipment, and we either have single, twin, or triple axis control. Very nice new product. Then we also have capacitance measurements, what we call the Capacitance, and this is typically positioned inside a water bath, and it's used for monitoring the capacitance on data cable, low voltage cable, so as to ensure that you've got a good, consistent product. Particularly in high-speed applications, it's a great way of ensuring product quality and stability. Next area that we have here is defects. Defects is monitoring the surface finish, lumps, necks, any damage to a particular cable. And again, for low voltage applications, especially where the lines are running at very high speeds. Another area here is Glimex. Glimex is spark testing and typically used for checking the mechanical properties of a cable. So if there's a pinhole or other sort of defect on the cable, then this will generate a spark. It is a AC voltage generator, and inside here the product passes through here to ensure that if there's any sort of mechanical defect in the cable, then it generates a spark and alerts the operator that there's a potential problem on that reel. And then finally we have a digital encoder called Velimex, and Velimex is an ultra accurate way of measuring the meters per minute that the product's running at, and being able to analyze exactly where any of these things have a particular fault. One of the problems in cable and wires with traditional analog wheel type encoders is that they're not particularly accurate. There's slippage, you don't have high resolution. With this we use Doppler technology, where you have two LED laser points and they're measuring and analysing exactly what is coming off. Way more accurate than an analog conventional system. And then to bring it all together, we have our touchscreen PLC controls here that can interface with any element of the products that we've just discussed: extrusion control, gravimetric blending, loss and weight, MGF, all of these other products, giving the customer the ability to have all this information to be able to talk to one another and then control the line overall. Okay, so that about wraps it up, but this is all the new product coming out in Cable & Wire in 2018. Thank you.